Welcome back to Who Knows Best. Guys, I am Cassie Bollinger, and tonight we're going to talk about how my struggles have brought me back to a realization. Now, you guys have heard off and on from talking on this podcast, along with the parts of my journey that a lot of y'all took with me. And I had to reset. I had to relearn. I had to get back to the basics. I had to get back to the beginning. And it's different because in the beginning for me in 2020, it was not like this. It wasn't this hard. Let me just say it out there. It just wasn't this hard. It was easy. So we created easy habits that were bad habits that were just unexcusable for now. Now, I know a lot of the old school OGs that have been around in Scentsy for a long time were like, we did that. We did all that. We had to start at the basics. You're right. And for the rest of us that started in 2020, we all had a different perspective. We all didn't realize how hard it would be. And if you look around, there's a lot of people that haven't stuck around because of that. Now, one thing I will say with this business, no matter when you started, when you get into your slump or when you start going up on the top of that little mountain there, it's all about consistency and it's all about perseverance. That perseverance. It's all about just not quitting. It's okay to take a step back. It's okay to take a pause. It's okay to take a breather. But I will tell you this, me restarting up my business and reposting on a daily basis has been harder. I think it's more or less is that I got out of the consistency. I got out of having a habit of doing something every single day. And it became easier to get out of the habit than it ever did to create the habit. A lot of it all is just about what is this business worth to you? What do you want to get out of this business? If it's just for fun, then have fun. My gosh, we put so much emphasis on doing all the things. And a lot of people don't even explain all the things. Like, how are you supposed to know what you don't know? And when you do figure out the things, then it's like, well, that's a lot of things to do. And there's a lot of people that will tell you that, yeah, you just have to be consistent with all the things. Well, sometimes holding everything up, everything that your customers ask you to do, everything that you're doing at home, everything, if you have another job, or maybe you're going to school full time, and then you have a team, and then you have friends, and then you have obligations, and you have family, and then you have kids, and everything is a juggling act. You're constantly trying to see which one is going to go first and which one's going to fall off the plate. Which one do I focus on when I need to focus on all of them and I don't even know where to start? Well, guys, I dropped all my plates. I stopped everything. I stopped my VIP page. I stopped my team page. I I still connected with my customers, but it's by text message and not by Facebook, and by email. So email or text message is how I'm contacting my customers. And I picked up playing on TikTok, going live, having a following over there, and having a community that I'm building for me, just me. Like, there is no Scentsy involved in it. There's no you know, wait to let me show you this product and let me talk all about it and be excited about it. It is literally just me going through what I'm going through, being 45, being an empty nester, a recovering alcoholic. And it was kind of nice to find me again. I wasn't just a Scentsy lady. I wasn't just, my friends. I swear I got into a point where they rolled their eyes every time that someone was like, "What do you do?" Because they already knew that I had a spiel. And it wasn't just a spiel to me, it was something that I was very much excited about all the time. And I realized it started to lose its glimmer and started to lose its luster. And it started to be more of a, yeah, I'm the Scentsy lady. And I lost that fire. And you can lose the fire, but it's so much harder to restart it. It's almost like throwing water on wood and expecting it to light back up with one little flame. It's got to take some work. So, what did I start doing? I started to implement back into place small things, small steps. I did not make my whole long list of everything that I was going to do. I did not make this whole big agenda of everything that I needed to get done. It literally was just, what is the most important thing I need to do? Was make sure I was connected with my customers. That was my most priority. Like that right there is the basis of my business. So I made sure I sent out emails. I've started being consistent with emails. I'll send text messages. I still use the Scentsy Connect. I'm starting to be consistent with it. Almost weekly, are they getting emails of just giving them updates of what's going on, what's coming out? Not every, I say consistent, it's about every 7 to 9 days. So maybe it's not every week. Maybe it's the beginning or the end of one week and, like middle of next week. So it's all about just trying to stay consistent. So at least 3 a month. Yeah, about 3 a month. And the next step is to connect with my teamies, to see where they're at, to see where maybe they got left off, or maybe they kind of got put on the side of the road. And I don't want them to feel that way. But I didn't want them to do what I was doing. I didn't want them to be where I was at. And it's going to take a minute to get it back going. And it's going to take a minute to get it all back together. But I'm going to do it. Slowly but surely, I'm going to do it. So again, my first priority was to get back to the basics with my customers, sending out the emails, letting them know what's going on. So with that also, so my customers, we did the emails. So the next step is definitely going to be part of getting back on Facebook and getting back and getting into the groove of posting on a daily basis. Now, it's not going to be 4 or 5 posts a day. It's going to be one every day. Every day it's, excuse me, every day it's going to be one item or something about Scentsy every day. I'm not giving myself a time limit. I'm not giving myself a time frame. My goal, no matter what, before I go to bed, is to make sure that I post something. So that means even if I get into bed and I haven't fallen asleep yet, I can still post something. That's it. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It just has to be something I post. So what did that mean? I mean, like, how would I even start to do that? I started being consistent with just taking pictures of when I was using Scentsy again. The stuff I used to do all the time. Like every time I cleaned my kitchen, I would make a video about it. And I would share it on Facebook. I would share it to Instagram. I would do those because I was like, oh, I'm using a Scentsy product and I need to show them. And that's when I was doing 5 or 6 or 7 posts a day. And that's when business was great. And so I have to get back into that. Every time you change out your wax, just take a picture. You don't have to take a video, just take a picture. Changing out the wax. That way you have it kind of in your camera reel. And if you need a post and you need to figure out what you need to post, you have a couple of pictures you can choose from. Maybe it's the scent you want to talk about. Maybe it's the product itself. Maybe it's not, maybe that we don't have that scent, but we have that product. We have wax. We have cleaning supplies. We have all these other things. So just know that no matter where you're at or what you're doing, and oh, I'm so sorry. No matter what you're doing, you can still talk about the products. You're still able to post about what you use. Get back to what you love. Get back, like, stop all the extra fluff. Just get back to what you love. It will all come. It will all get there. It just takes a little bit of time, and give yourself grace. You're starting back up. It's like stopping rolling a hill. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like rolling up a hill with this big boulder, and we got the momentum and we were running and we were running and we stopped for a minute because we decided we were going to take a break, and that break took a little bit longer, and that rock kind of slowed back a little bit and started to roll back down, and now you got to move it back up, and you got to start, like, we're talking about a steep hill. It's going to take some time, but when you want something and when you make a priority in your life, no matter what it is, you can get it done. You just have to tell yourself that you can. Now, I know you're normally used to seeing a whole bunch of us on here, and tonight was just one of those nights that it was just going to be me. So I figured I'd just hop on here and just give you that little bit of tidbit, that just start at the basics. Start with what you love. Start with what you know. If you don't know anything else, start with reading the product guide, the training product guide, or look on the website especially if you're brand new or you're restarting. Maybe you don't even know what products we have. Maybe it's all changed since the last time that you were in Scentsy. Just pick something, get started, get moving, and everything will slowly start to get into place. But don't be discouraged. Just know that you can continue through this. You're not alone. There's so many of us that are starting over, starting back up, or trying to push through the mud and the muck that we got ourselves into because maybe we did get bogged down with all the things, holding up all those plates, trying to balance everything. You're not the only one. So let's help each other. Let's be kind. If you guys, if you guys know, and maybe I'll just end it like I normally do, just know that if you haven't heard this today, I love you. You're strong, you're important, you're worthy, and you can do this business. Guys, I'm Cassie Bollinger, and this is Who Knows Best podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and follow us for more. Every week we pop on, and we're here. There's normally 3 to 4 of us. We're here to share our journeys. There's 4 different consultants. We all run our businesses different. We've all found each other along our path, and we just want to share the love that we have, the systems we've created, and then just kind of show you guys a little bit about us. I hope to see you guys next week.